Stanislav Reshetnyak, a 30-year-old YouTuber from Ramensky, a suburb of Moscow, Russia, became a notorious figure in the realm of online content creation. His channel, which garnered a significant following, was infamous for its extreme and often grotesque challenges, commonly referred to as trash streaming. This genre of content attracted a specific audience that thrived on sensationalism and violence, leading Reshetnyak to push the boundaries of acceptable behavior in pursuit of fame and financial gain. Initially, Reshetnyak's challenges appeared relatively harmless. They included tasks like kissing friends or performing silly dares. However, as his viewership grew, so did the intensity and depravity of the challenges he accepted. These requests evolved into increasingly dangerous acts involving excessive consumption of alcohol and drugs. Some challenges even ventured into explicit sexual content, further blurring the lines of morality and legality in his broadcasts. As time went on, the nature of the challenges took a darker turn. Viewers began to request acts that involved physical and psychological aggression. Reshetnyak's broadcasts featured shocking scenes where he would hurl insults at friends, engage in torturous masochistic games, and film instances where his friends would vomit or urinate on each other. It was difficult for many to understand how tens of thousands of viewers were captivated by such disturbing content and were willing to financially support these outrageous performances. One of the most troubling aspects of Reshetnyak's content was the involvement of his girlfriend, Valentina Grigorieva. Valentina frequently appeared in his videos and became a central figure in many of the challenges. Her presence added a layer of complexity to the situation. She was not merely a bystander, but an active participant in these increasingly violent scenarios. In October 2020, during one particularly alarming livestream, Valentina announced that she was pregnant. This revelation shocked viewers but soon turned into a horrifying spectacle when Reshetnyak punched her in the face live on air. The following month brought even more disturbing incidents. In one instance, another individual struck Valentina and threw food at her during a live broadcast. The atmosphere became increasingly chaotic as viewers requested more extreme actions. Some videos captured scenes where Valentina was pepper sprayed in the eyes while she writhed in pain on the floor, showcasing a complete disregard for her well-being. On December 2nd, 2020, Reshetnyak initiated another live stream on Telegram that would become infamous for its horrific events. Along with Valentina and an unidentified woman, they created an atmosphere filled with alcohol and electronic music. As they drank heavily, viewer engagement reached new heights when someone offered around $1,000 for Reshetnyak to force Valentina outside into the freezing winter temperatures. Despite Valentina's vehement protests against this request, Reshetnyak resorted to physical violence. He tore her clothes as she struggled against him and screamed for help. In a desperate attempt to escape the torment, Valentina managed to pull out all the computer wires connected to the live stream, abruptly cutting off the broadcast. Hours later, Reshetnyak returned to the stream alone as dawn broke outside his kitchen window. He decided to call Valentina back inside, but when he opened the door, he found her lying on the floor, unresponsive. The camera continued to roll as he dragged her lifeless body across the living room floor. Despite calling her name and attempting to check for signs of life by leaning close to her mouth, it became painfully clear that she was dead. In a surreal twist, even as he expressed distress over her condition, calling out, "Bunny, please wake up," Reshetnyak did not turn off the camera. Instead, he placed her body on the sofa and covered her with a blanket before sitting down in his gaming chair and continuing to engage with his online audience about what had transpired. When he eventually called emergency services while recounting events leading up to her collapse, it became evident that he was more concerned about maintaining his online persona than addressing the gravity of the situation. Paramedics arrived shortly after but confirmed that Valentina had indeed died. Initially believed to have succumbed to hypothermia due to being left outside in freezing temperatures for an extended period, an autopsy later revealed a far more sinister truth. Valentina had suffered fatal head injuries from severe blows delivered by Reshetnyak himself. Additionally, she bore multiple bruises across her face and body along with scars on her abdomen, evidence of prolonged physical abuse. The revelation that Valentina had never been pregnant further complicated matters. This announcement appeared to have been fabricated by Reshetnyak as a means to garner more views and financial support from their audience. This manipulation added another layer of horror to an already tragic situation. The case quickly gained significant media attention in Russia and sparked widespread outrage among viewers and citizens alike. Many people began calling for stricter laws regulating violent online content and demanded accountability for those who exploit others for entertainment purposes. Public sentiment shifted dramatically against Reshetnyak as details emerged about his abusive behavior toward Valentina. In response to this public outcry, YouTube took decisive action by removing all of Reshetniak's videos from their platform and banning his accounts entirely. However, many recordings had already been saved and reposted by others across various social media platforms. This made it challenging for authorities or platforms like YouTube to completely erase this disturbing content from public view. In April 2021, Stanislav Reshetniak faced trial for murder. During proceedings, he confessed to physically assaulting Valentina before forcing her outside naked in freezing conditions. Despite his admission of guilt and overwhelming evidence against him, he received only a 6-year prison sentence, a punishment many deemed insufficient given the gravity of his actions. Reshetniak was sent to a penal colony, isolated facilities in Russia where inmates endure harsh living conditions while working under strict supervision. His lawyers filed an appeal against the verdict. However, they have yet to succeed in overturning this controversial sentence. The tragic story of Stanislav Reshetniak serves as a chilling reminder of how far some individuals will go for online fame and profit at the expense of human dignity and life itself. It raises critical questions about accountability in digital spaces, where content creators can exploit their audiences without regard for ethical boundaries or personal safety. As society grapples with these issues, calls for stricter regulations surrounding violent online content continue to grow louder. The case has become emblematic of broader concerns regarding mental health, societal desensitization to violence, and the moral responsibilities held by both content creators and platforms hosting such material. In reflecting on this disturbing narrative, one cannot help but ponder how we can prevent similar tragedies in the future, both by holding individuals accountable for their actions and fostering healthier online environments that prioritize safety over sensationalism. That is all for today, everyone. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Have a good one.